Hi, this is Jessica M. Reese, author of The Permission, How to Give It, Take It, or Not Need It at All. You are about to listen to the audiobook recording of my book, narrated by me, the author, Jessica M. Reese. But this is not the ordinary audiobook recording, as you will hear snippets of an interview where I'm asked to expound on different topics that are discussed in the chapters of the book. I hope you enjoy. The Permission, How to Give It, Take It, or Not Need It at All, by Jessica M. Reese. The Permission. Permission is defined as consent or authorization. If you dissect the word permission into two parts, per and mission, per means each, and mission means an important assignment. Permission is defined as consent or authorization. If you dissect the word permission into two parts, per and mission, per means each, and mission means an important assignment. Life is filled with important assignments that only you have been designed to complete. As you continue to travel down the road called life, you will find yourself seeking permission from others to do, say, go, and have based on your needs, wants, and desires. As you continue to live and embark on each assignment for your life, take a pause and evaluate where you should grant yourself permission to fulfill what you need, want, and desire. This book was written with you in mind. Yes, you. The dreamer, who dreams big, but because you have not seen anyone else do it, being the first is frightening. The responsible one, who lives by the blueprint created by others, yet you were never considered in its design. The loyal one, who is everyone's rock, confidant, and sounding board, yet no one asks you how you're doing or what you need. The life of the party, who always pours from your cup, yet no one ever offers to fill yours. The great friend, who shows up for everyone, yet you don't show up for yourself. The trailblazer, who thinks outside of the box, yet you are controlled by other people's fears. The entrepreneur, who hears the applause from strangers, yet the silence from your family and friends is deafening at times. The wife, who submitted to her husband and his plans, yet you too want to see your plans come into fruition. The mother, who tells her child they can be and do anything they want to be, yet refuses to live their dreams out loud. The child, who is their parents' pride and joy, yet seldom felt celebrated or seen. The person, who wants to take off the mask and be your authentic self, yet you have never seen yourself without it. Do yourself a favor, take a deep breath, and prepare to give yourself permission. If you are honest with yourself, the life you are living is built on permission. Not permission from others, but the permission you continuously give yourself, or not. As you read about my journey and how I've learned to give myself permission, if I ever was going to live the life on purpose, you will quickly discover that choices had to be made, decisions had to be honored, and boundaries had to be enforced to become the best version of myself, Jessica Michelle. It has been a journey and will continue to be, because that is the beauty of evolution. The power in giving myself permission. Be honest. Do you remember the first time you went outside to play? The first time eating a piece of candy? Or even the first television show you watched? I'm sure after much ponder, the response will be a resounding no to all three questions. Your response will be no, not because those first experiences were horrible, but because it is difficult to remember experiences where you did not have a say in the who, what, when, where, or how. Just like my first time playing outside, tasting chocolate candy, and the first television program I watched, these and other firsts in life were guided by someone deciding on my behalf the options for me to consider, then granting me permission to experience what was being offered. Life has a funny way of revealing options. I would love to say I knew from childhood I would become an award-winning hairstylist. I would love to say I knew I would become a successful entrepreneur. I would love to say I knew that when I founded the Pink Butterfly, it would become the beauty brand it is today. I would love to say that I knew. If I am honest, I cannot. I cannot say I knew. I can only say I had hoped. But I only began to hope when I gave myself permission. Growing up in Georgia, I had the best of both worlds. Although my parents were divorced, I never felt the tug of war often experienced by children living between two parents. My parents speaking ill of each other or about family members was a foreign language to me. In fact, I would say I lived in a bubble. I cannot speak for anyone else, but it was all sun, moon, and stars in my neck of the woods. My parents got along. My grandparents got along. My cousins were more like siblings. We were all one big happy family. Everybody got along. Even when my mother remarried, I gained a dad, and both of my dads got along. I already shared with you that my parents got divorced and my mom remarried, but what I did not share was that I referred to her wedding as our wedding. Yes, we got married. During the wedding ceremony, after they exchanged vows, my new dad picked me up and made a commitment to me too. He not only gained a wife, but a daughter. It was my day just as much it was their day. So cheers to the three of us, and every year it is happy anniversary to us. I know some people would call it a fairy tale. I call it family. Family. Yes, family. How does a simple 6-letter word have the power to ignite such a complex wave of emotions? I know when I hear the word family, I am quickly filled with fond memories created by great people. For example, my paternal grandmother, Mabu, as she is affectionately known, who loved working with her hands, was known for throwing down in the kitchen and being a seamstress. She knew how to feed you and make you look good. My paternal grandfather, Papa, was a sharecropper and a businessman, and you better believe Mabu kept him looking like Georgia's finest. My maternal grandmother was a teacher. I learned from her early in life that education was the one thing no one could take away from you. In fact, my grandmother made sure her children, her children's children, and anyone else she could help not only pursued higher education, but that they felt supported while doing it. To my grandmother, education was the key to unlock opportunity, and she made sure anyone who wanted a key had a key. My other grandmother, Nanny, was a retired educator who returned to teaching and was very active in the Presbyterian Church. Nanny loved crocheting. When I was 8 years old, she gifted me with a blanket that I still sleep with to this day. Against my mother's wishes, it went to college with me. Africa, China, Jamaica, New York, and the list goes on. This blanket has gone everywhere with me and should probably have its own frequent flyer miles account. Long before discovering the benefits of AAA, I discovered EEE. I got to see up front and personal the value of experience, exposure, and education. When I consider the big picture of life, I believe family truly is our first real introduction to the world of opportunity. After all, we become what we see. And just like the old saying, you have to see it to be it. I saw it. On one side of my family, I had an example of what it looked like to leave college after the first year to pursue a passion. I saw what it looked like to work at a Black-owned, first-of-its-kind business in an affluent community. I saw what it looked like to build a life and career based on passion. On the other side of my family, I saw the dedication to higher education look like relocating your household to another state to complete a doctoral program, or earning a bachelor's degree, then returning to college to earn an MBA. Whether it was the pursuit of passion or the pursuit of education, the foundation for me to stand on was created with love, support, and a spirit of excellence. The lens for me to view the opportunities this life had to offer was shaped and sharpened by family. I learned early in life that failure was not an option, at least not for me. But what happens when what you have pursued and worked so hard to obtain just does not work for you anymore? What happens when the dream position becomes a nightmare? When the lucrative compensation becomes an anchor, keeping you in one place? What happens when the passion you have muffled for so long begins stirring up, making a scene, and disrupting your peace? I had to ask myself, and I will ask you, why don't we pursue what we love? Why don't we pursue what we enjoy? I believe it is because we do not see anyone else doing it. We see everyone else around us following a blueprint that appears to be working because they have all the things they want and need. So from the natural eye, it appears that all is well. But is it all well? Do they have what they want and need? Or do they have what appears to be what they want and need? Society bombards us with timelines, to-do lists, and where are you now questions, which turns into our timelines, our to-do list, and what have I done with my life, self-hating and self-sabotaging thoughts and actions. I mean, who told me I could not? I could not pursue. I could not go. I could not try. Guess who? Guess who had the unmitigated gall to tell me I could not? I did. Yes, I did. I told myself. Now, I did not use the exact words, you can't. But I did demonstrate what I thought through my actions, or should I say lack of action.